which I'm fine with. Like I don't need a story patch every single or a story quest every single patch. Like take your time on that. If you're getting good gameplay shit, like I like the game, so I'm fine getting more gameplay. So like we're gonna release a new game mode, and I was like, all right, cool. It's gonna be like a more like roguelike version of SimUni, which I like. That was cool. So they announced all this shit, and it all sounded pretty good. And I was like, all right, cool, I'm excited. But the way they did it, they snuck in a story update in it. It didn't tell anybody, and everyone was like, "Oh, so there's a story quest. Okay, that's gonna be pretty cool. We're interested in that. I wonder why they didn't advertise that more." Well, turns out the reason was it's extremely short, and it's only like 40 minutes long. And it was supposed to be included in the last update, but they ran out of time because they were doing a bunch of other shit. So they cut out the epilogue of the last thing and put it into this update. And people were fucking pissed. And I think they were being whiny losers, personally. But they were like, why the fuck could we even include this in this patch and not the last one? It's a 40-minute epilogue to a quest that we haven't seen for 40 days. It was boring. No one cares. Everything's shit. Why even make this at all? Either don't do it or do it right. And people were just mad for like 3 days. And I was like, man, the quest was good. I liked it. Why are people so mad? It was pretty alright. But Reddit was fucking pissed for like fucking
That's
3
really
days.
fair. They can be a voice.
Everyone was mad though. They were so mad that they released a statement. So like clearly there's
really
a lot of people mad. Yeah. So also you streaming again?
Yeah, I'm streaming again now.
Alright, it sounds like it's not lagging.
Cool.
I'll wait until you get into a game before I unmute that shit again. So they did a statement, and this is the part I do agree they fucked up on. Remember, this was supposed to be like a gameplay heavy update. So they were like, alright, we're gonna release the gameplay mode in the second half of the update. And everyone was like, bro, you should like lead with that. That's like the main selling point of this patch, like the game mode and shit. Just like start with that. And they're like, nah, we're gonna lock it behind a 20-day wait period while you do the other stuff. And I do agree that was kind of dumb. They should have just like put the selling point up front and center so people could like play the good shit, and then like they probably wouldn't have been as mad about the other shit. I do agree that was kind of stupid. But they were like, all right, we're gonna start our first event now, and you can do it immediately, and it's not gonna be a wait, and then we're gonna move the new event up by like 14 days, and we're gonna put it out in like 4 more days. And I was like, all right, whatever. So I do the story quest. I liked it, thought it was good. Did the event, and everyone was like, oh, this event was pretty good. We liked it. And I was like, I agree, that was pretty good. And then the new game mode comes out, and everyone's like, oh my god, this game mode's incredible, it's really good. Everyone loves it, it's great. So now everyone's kind of forgot about the fact that the story quest was apparently terrible, and everyone was unhappy with it and mad. Which just like raises the question, like, did they not see this coming? That if you lead with the weakest part of your patch, people are going to be mad, and then you should lead with the thing that's really good, and like, impress people?
Maybe it's the weather.
Just seems like a very weird oversight that they would do this.
Contact with HQ. Who'd have thought we'd be stuck out here for so long?
Also, can I ask you a question?
Go on.
You really couldn't have picked a better game to test the graphical quality on.
Yeah, in hindsight, this is a bad game to test the quality on.
You're not really sure.
It looks shit on my screen.
It's an old game. Like it's kind of hard to tell what this is.
Very old game is that one.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell whether that's 720p or 480p. I can't really tell.
It's looks shit on my end.
I mean, I liked Revelations 1 and 2, especially the second one. I think those games are pretty good.
Like Revelations, but I gotta pick a get back game with some.
Did you ever play Revelations 2?
Yes, I did.
Hey, what'd you think?
I played the first free chapter, where you play as.
Alright, you lied to me then. You didn't beat the game. That's what I mean when I say did you play it.
I played it. I've not beat it.
Alright, you played Chapter 1. Yeah, I know. But I didn't know, because I remember I talked you into buying all the Resident Evil games like a year and a half ago. So
yeah, I've kind of not gotten around to playing it again yet.
Which, fair enough. It's not exactly an urgent game, but I figured I'd have to start talking about it. Alright, well, your Game Pass was kind of blurry to me. So that's not a good sign.
Yeah, it's split and as well, so don't feel too bad about that.
Oh. Well, how's Starfield?
It's okay.
Okay, so it's a Bethesda game.
It's a Bethesda game. It plays solidly. I've not come across any major
Is it
game-breaking
is-
bugs yet. Which
is it Fallout
fine.
4 in space?
I wouldn't say it's Fallout 4 in space. Wait, what are your feelings on Fallout 4?
That is bad.
Okay, it's not Fallout 4 in space.
It is Skyrim in space.
Okay, is Skyrim good? I want to know what your scale is to these things.
No. Answer: I don't like Bethesda.
Alright, you don't like Bethesda. Right, okay, that helps.
Every Bethesda game is as good as the ones they paid other people to make for them. Like, I love New Vegas, not a Bethesda game. Doom is pretty good, apparently, not made by Bethesda. Hi-Fi Rush is pretty popular, not made by Bethesda, just published. So, I think Bethesda's pretty shit at their job. I liked Fallout 3, but that shit came out in 2008. So, I don't, come on.
I
That's
think
15 years ago.
A good Bethesda game. Bethesda.
Is it better or worse than The Outer Worlds?
Oh my god. Shit, yes, games. I played Outer Worlds recently, as I'm sure you know. It is better in some ways. Mechanical, everything works. I've not come across anything that I hate so far. It looks a pretty game, I guess.
I feel like, due to the lack of explanation here, it kind of tells me all I need to know about the quality of this game. I would have heard a selling point by now if there was one.
I just don't think I've played enough of the game to really get a good feel of it. I've played like an hour or two, I guess.
No, alright, that doesn't help. By the way, is your game fucked in your screen too?
As in it's really small on this end?
Yeah. Weird resolution.
Yeah, resolution sorted itself on my end.
Oh.
But
Well,
it
it
is
didn't on your
looking
stream.
janky on my stream, which I can see in the...
Yeah, your stream is frozen on my thing.
Yeah, it looks for it, because I'm actually playing the game now.
No.
Let me exit.
But yeah, the thing of Starfield is, like, I'm of two minds about it. Because on the one hand, like, I want the game to be good, because good video games are good. That one's pretty self-explanatory. I'd rather good games come out instead of bad games. But on the other hand, I hate Bethesda. So if their big 7-year-long masterpiece comes out and it sucks, I'm gonna feel pretty good about it. So I'm not sure which part of me is gonna win out in the end. My desire for good media consumption or my desire for spite after what they did to my favorite video game franchise. Well, one of my favorite video game franchises. And I guess here, like, if Starfield is dog shit, and Microsoft has no choice but to get more involved in the everyday running of the company, like, actually is like, we're stepping in, like, we paid, like, $7 trillion for you, you gotta pay up. Will they do the unthinkable and be like, hey, Todd, get out of here, you're fired, and also we're gonna give the Fallout IP back to Obsidian? Because if they did that, oh man. Oh, that's an exciting prospect right there. I'd love that.
Can you imagine if I actually did that, though?
Because when I think of Bethesda, I think of them holding the Fallout IP hostage from the people who deserve to have it. They're like terrorists, but worse.
Yeah, going back to Death Stranding because it actually worked, so yeah.
You sound like Todd Howard right now.
It's an EA thing, I'm guessing.
You fucking sound like Todd Howard right now. It just works. 17 times the detail.
17 times the detail, man.
4 times the size of Fallout 4.
4 times the fucking size, man.
Radiant lighting systems. We're gonna need ambient weather systems.
AI generated penises.
God, I would love a New Vegas too. Could you imagine?
I think people would generally lose shit if I was in New Vegas too.
Yeah, me included. I would. Oh my god, I'd be excited. I mean, but the other thing too is Obsidian's not the company it used to be. for better or worse.
I've heard they've gone a bit ropey.
I wouldn't say that, but I would say
What was the last
that
game I
after
brought out? I can't remember.
Outer Worlds.
Oh god.
They've been working on an Outer Worlds 2
Yeah.
and an indie game on the side.
What's the indie game gonna be like? What's it actually called? Is it? It's not even popped up on my radar.
I don't remember. No, it's like I looked at that shit and I was like, this is not a game made for me.
Okay.
It's kind of like the way I want to describe this is not the right word I'm looking for. But the only way I can think of it, it's like Paper Mario, but a visual novel.
Paper Mario visual.
That's not because Paper Mario has specific connotations, which aren't what I'm looking for. But it's like the game is very paper looking in terms of the graphic, like the thing they're going for, the style. It's like you're reading the picture book, kind of. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think it's like a mystery game, and you're trying to like convince people that like I don't think it's again. I didn't look at this shit for like a year and a half now, but it's just some shit. It's like an interactive like point and click visual novel sort of thing.
So what you're telling me is it's not very good?
I don't know. It doesn't really look like it's trying to appeal to me. If they are passionate about it and they make a good game and it's good to the people who want a game like that, then fair enough. But it's not really something I care about. And then before that, they made Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, which I didn't like personally.
I never played them. I've just seen them kind of. I think they were on Xbox Live at one point. Give a shit.
Yeah, I didn't hate them. Like, I don't think that they're like. They're no Fallout 4 or Fallout 76. Like, they're not awful. They're just games that I was like, I'm not into this. They just didn't click.
Fair enough.
And then before that, they made Tyranny, which I thought was great. And they made New Vegas, which I thought was great.
You've always talked about Tyranny, and you got high praise for it.
Yeah, I think Tyranny is probably the second best CRPG I've ever played, behind Dragon Age Origins. Fucking love Tyranny. It's a shame my save got corrupted the last time I tried to play it.
Okay, so is this shit actually working, and does it look right on your side?
That looks the same to me. It's still kind of blurry.
Probably best we're gonna get it in, I guess, without really playing around with it. And is it good enough still?
I mean, I think so.
Right, what do you in that case then?
But another thing I think maybe could be worth trying is like, because you're in 60 FPS, right? Maybe bump it down to 30 FPS and see if that fixes it.
It's already at 5 FPS. We checked that earlier, remember? Unless it's huge side, I don't even know if the settings. I've not seen anything like that.
Well, in that case, maybe put it on 60 FPS and see if that solves it.
Okay. Okay.
To be fair, I said to put it on 30 earlier, like way back. So now that we fixed the encoder, the fucking YouTube end problem. That was the big problem, was that you had the wrong YouTube setting.
YouTube, man.
Yeah, I don't think. Because here's the thing, it can't make anything worse, I think. As long as it doesn't cause any stream lag, it's better to be in 60 than 30.
Beginning scan.
Okay, right, I'll do it in a second.
Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified.
And another thing you can try if you're going to be streaming on 1080p is maybe. Okay, I have an idea. Alright, put that shit in 60, and then fucking turn your bitrate up to like fucking 6,000. And let's see if that makes it not blurry. I'm curious.
Okay.
What do we have here? A delivery.
If you can put it on 6,000 and it fixes the problem, but it makes mobile users' phones melt, that might be a worthy trade-off.
Well, it certainly can't make things worse. Don't give a shit, just do it. Skip. Just do it, man. gave me sunglasses.
Because I guess that's the one thing I need to take into consider with the bitrate is that I use 3000 bitrate for 720. If you're going to be streaming on 1080, well, you're probably going to want more. Which I didn't really think about that, but that might be the problem as well.
Okay, alright, let me end the stream again. We'll boot it back up. We'll do all that shit again, and yeah. Okay.